everyone, welcome back to another video. My name's Rayna and I am here with Autism Services for teens and young adults. Today we're going to be talking about understanding the pre-employment transition service for teens with autism. This is a huge game changer for a lot of teens and young adults preparing for adulthood, especially those with autism. We're going to talk about why that is, what pre-ETS services are, how to find them in your state, and how they can help you or your teen build workplace readiness, confidence, executive function skills, and independence. We're also going to talk about how pre-ETS fits into your teen's journey toward employment, one small step at a time. You can visit our website, Autism Services for teens and young adults.com, to learn more. Let's get started. So, we're just going to dive in. We know that the transition from school to adulthood can feel really overwhelming for parents with autistic children. Many families really don't know where to start or what supports exist when it comes to getting started with those foundational skills that make them ready to get a job. So today we're going to talk about what those services are that are available through the vocational rehab or VR program, and how they can help your teen build workplace skills and independence and help with their early job exploration in a structured, low-stress, and supported environment. The important thing is to start early as you can, start small, and scaffold those skills over time so that your teen's brain, confidence, and independence can grow over time instead of being overwhelmed with a job search when they get older. That being said, it's never too late to start. So, a little bit about us, Autism Services for Teens and Young Adults. We are licensed OTs. We help teens build executive function, self-advocacy, and skills for work and adulthood. We have many years supporting families through the VR process, vocational rehab process, and transition services. Let's talk a little bit about the definition of the pre-employment transition services. I'm going to be calling it Pre-ETS. It is an early career and independence building service offered through state vocational rehabilitation agencies. So every state in the U.S. has one of these programs. These services support students aged 14 through 22 with a disability who are still in school or who have recently exited school. They're designed to introduce teens to the world of work before they enter adulthood, gradually and in a safe environment. There are 5 required service areas of pre-ETS. These are federal guidelines, so each state's program will offer these components. The first one is job exploration counseling, talking about what they might be interested in doing. Work-based learning experiences, maybe shadowing or doing a day on the job with supervision and some extra guidance. Counseling on post-secondary education, talking about college or a technical program. Workplace readiness training, that's number 4, which is workshops or other resources on social skills, communication, executive functioning, those things that you'll need to have a job and keep a job, those soft skills. And number 5, instruction in self-advocacy. We also have some videos about some of these topics, so again, go to our website and you can learn more about those things. Why might your teen need this, especially an autistic teen? Teenagers in general often really benefit from guided, low-pressure practice before they're expected to actually hold a job, which can feel like a lot of pressure. This is a way to take the pressure off. You have things going at a much slower pace, less expectations than a manager might require of them in a job situation. And Pre-ETS also gives them time to explore different jobs, find out what they like, what they don't like, understand their strengths, and build those foundational skills, which you can kind of build over time so that after a few years, or, based on your timeline, might vary, but by the time they're done with school, they're ready to move on to the next step. So how do you find a Pre-ETS program in your state? First, you should search for vocational rehabilitation and your state's name in a search engine, and go from there. You can also look for transition services or Pre-ETS on the vocational rehab website for your state. So you can either just do a Google search for Pre-ETS and your state. You can go to the vocational rehab website for your state and then find transition services or Pre-ETS. Okay, you can also contact your school's special education department or your child's transition coordinator. Many schools have those. You can also talk, if there's an occupational therapist in the school, you can talk to them. You can also ask directly whether your school district partners with vocational rehabilitation for Pre-ETS services. In a lot of states, VR staff will visit schools to do intakes and offer workshops and just get the word out about what they do. So look out for those opportunities as well. There are some questions you might want to ask when you look up information, or if you call them or you have some kind of contact with these programs. Some things to think about might be, what Pre-ETS providers does the school or vocational rehabilitation work with? There might be different vendors or things like that. You can also ask how referrals work, if there's a wait list, how many hours your teen will receive each year in services, and you can ask if services are group-based or individual. They might be offering both. Obviously, you and your teen know them the best, and you will know what kind of group or individual services would work better for them. So just to reiterate, all states offer Pre-ETS. It's a federally required program. Access to specific programs might look different from state to state, but those core services are always the same. Pre-ETS ties directly into earlier themes we've discussed, as I said, in other videos about early work exposure, executive functioning development, and building confidence through small steps. These just kind of build off of all of those things. So some of the skills your teen might learn in this program are workplace habits and executive functioning. We have a whole video just on executive functioning and what that is, but some examples of things they might learn that fall under that category are task initiation, which just means being able to start a task or knowing what to do next, following multi-step directions, time management, prioritizing tasks, staying organized, and developing a predictable routine. Your teen also might really benefit from workplace, social, and communication skills. Some examples that they might need for work are asking for clarification, practicing scripts for communication, understanding workplace expectations, or handling small misunderstandings or redirection. Another big one, which again we've done a video about, so please check out our video. we really dove into this topic, is self-advocacy, which in this topic area means identifying personal strengths, knowing what they're good at, and on the other side of that coin, naming their challenges, what they might need help with. Once they know what they might need help with, they can learn how to request accommodations. We also talked about, and Pre-ETS services might help your child understand their rights under the Americans with Disabilities Act, or the ADA, and it will help them build confidence with communicating in general. Some of the work-based learning experiences they might have, as I said briefly, they might do some job shadowing in an area that they're interested in, do a short work trial. They can also get set up with some volunteering, another great low-stakes way to get some work experience. Or they might be able to be placed with part-time work that offers support. Why does this matter, though? We find that these early exposures to the job market, to the workforce, kind of train the brain to see work as a safe place, predictable place, and something that's achievable to them, which is going to help them build their confidence and make them feel like when it's time to leave school and get a job, that they will be able to do that because they've done it already. Teens develop confidence long before the pressure of adulthood hits. So you really want to be making sure that as much as you can, you're building that confidence as early as possible so that when they turn 18 or however old they are, when they're ready to get a job, that it's not coming all at once. They've had some time to practice. Pre-ETS services support gradual independence, which, again, we've talked about in other videos why that's important. So, again, go to our website. How can you identify the right pre-ETS supports for your teen? First, you should start by understanding your teen's unique needs, what their challenges are, if they have executive functioning challenges, sensory preferences, what their comfort level is with social situations, what they are interested in their areas of strength, and their emotional regulation patterns. You can use these guidelines to match them to a pre-ETS service. Some supports that might help using the pre-ETS service are one-on-one workplace readiness training if your teen really struggles with social anxiety. Your teen might want to job shadow if they're not sure what environments feel comfortable for them. They can also practice interviews for teens who are intimidated by that process, who need scripts and repetition to feel more confident with the interview. They also offer group workshops sometimes for teens just in building social confidence. Being around other teens can be really helpful. And lastly, work-based experiences is another example for teens who need structure and routine to feel safe. One big tip we have is to take small steps. You don't want to jump right into part-time work because that can be really overwhelming and it can even be a negative experience, and you don't want to be harboring all of those negative memories in your mind for the next thing. So you want to have as many positive experiences as possible so that when it comes time to, take the big step and get a part-time job or even a full-time job eventually, maybe if you want to do that, that you feel good, you feel calm, and it's not an overwhelming shock to your system. Pre-ETS is designed to just help teens explore who they are in a workplace before any commitments are made. As an OT, we want to talk about how OTs can play a powerful role in helping your teen use pre-ETS effectively. OT support could look like evaluating your teen's executive functioning needs, their sensory needs, and their communication challenges, kind of helping you figure out what their strengths and challenges are. An OT can help your teen identify realistic work environments and teach self-advocacy, like how to request accommodations. OTs can help practice emotional regulation strategies for workplace stress, just helping to build that toolbox of what they can use when they are overwhelmed or getting dysregulated. OTs often create visual supports, checklists, or scripts to improve job performance. And we collaborate with VR counselors and job coaches or pre-ETS instructors to create a really holistic picture of what would work best for your teen. And OTs also reinforce workplace routines in daily life at home and can help you figure out how to integrate those things. OTs in general just bridge the gap between learning a skill and using it in real life and give you practical solutions to do that. We can help your teen feel confident, capable, and prepared. Pre-ETS is a very powerful and honestly underused resource for autistic teens. We want more people to use these services because they provide structure, support, and early exposure, which are all essential for building independence. Please reach out to your child's school or your state's vocational rehab agency to get started. Employment is a long journey. No step is too small, and progress builds over time. So don't get overwhelmed, don't get stressed. Take it one day at a time, celebrate small wins, and reach out to us if you need any help. Please visit our website for more resources. The link is in the video description. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.